Progetto M35 Mod 46 has been spotted in the game, and you get to see gameplay here first on my channel, thanks to 1208 Perky driving his Object whatever TD there. But here it is, look, driven by a Wargaming staff member himself, Meathead Militia. There it is, the Progetto. Those Wargaming staff members, they get this stuff before it comes out. And old 1208 Perky is not going to have a very good game in his Object 704. In fact, he will suck. But thanks to him for sending this in. First of all, thanks to him for dying quickly in this game, and then zooming in and watching the game from the perspective of Meathead Militia himself driving that Progetto. It's all about the Italian. Let's, out of respect for you, 1208 Perky, we're going to watch the first part of the game. It doesn't last long because, well, let's face it, you suck. But then we get to watch that Italian tank, and it must actually feel pretty good when you launch a game and you notice that there's a Wargaming staff member on your team and he's driving a tank that no one knows, a brand new, and he's testing it out even before some of the community contributors get their hands on. I mean, you're getting to see this before Quickie Baby ever shows one. Huh? He's probably going to get a special account where he can play this tank before anyone else gets it. And then he's going to show you some gameplay. And he gets the first video out there all the time. And, you know, hats off to him for having a great community and a huge following. And he's a community contributor, and he's put all the work in and the effort. And that's part of the reward, is getting the tank first. But, ha ha ha! Klaus's World beat you to the punch this time, baby. We're going to get to see the Progetto in action right after old 1208 Perky here dies a miserable death. Because did I mention he sucks? It's just a couple of minutes and he'll be dead here, guys, and then we'll watch the Progetto. And that's how it's pronounced. There is no J in Italian. It's a G, but it's pronounced Progetto with the emphasis on the jet. It's not Pro-Ghetto or Progetto or however other people, it's pronounced Progetto. And it helps if you, with your right hand, put all your fingers and thumb together, point them up in the air, and wave your wrist up and down while you say it. Progetto. That's what it's called. It's the new premium tier 8, and it's got that new, it's not an auto loader, it's a new mechanism where the shells continuously load, and they continuously load unless you interrupt the reload by firing your gun. And depending on how many shells you have fired, affects how long the next shell takes to reload. So it's a little bit different, and a lot of new players will not expect the tank to be able to shoot 2, 3, and then 2, 3 shots again very quickly. It can shoot, this particular one, 3 shots, I think. 3 shots, that's right, 3. We're going to get a close look at it here soon. Right after old 1208 Perky. Come on. You're going to die soon, right? Trust me, he dies pretty quickly here, because did I mention he sucked in this game? But then we're going to watch the Italian, the premium tank here, and it's fairly fast. It doesn't have a lot of armor, but it's fairly mobile. It has a pretty, you know, sort of accurate gun, but the real difference in this tank is the completely new loading mechanic, and hopefully old Meathead Militia is going to be able to showcase this for us as soon as our friend here gets taken out by this onslaught of enemies. Look at all the red in front of him here. He might get 1 or 2 more shots, and then we're going to switch to the Wargaming staff member himself, Meathead Militia, playing the Progetto. Come on, you're going to die. Good try there, buddy. And I really appreciate you sending this replay in, even though you sucked, which allows us to get the first look at actual gameplay of the new Italian premium tank. It's going to probably be out soon if the Wargaming staff members are playing it themselves. Here he goes. He's stunned. He's going to be flanked. He's going to be flanked. He's going to be caged, and he's dead. He's dead. I told you that he sucked, right? And that only took 5 minutes. And now the rest of the game, see, most of the enemies are still alive. We're going to get to see the Italian tank in action. Let's switch perspective and see what Meathead's doing. Okay, that's not him. Come on. No, that's not him. Where is he? No, that's not him. That's not him. That's not... Where is he? Where is he? He's Obviously, it's always the last guy. There he is. There he is. All right. Here we go. Look at that. The first live gameplay, I think, of any chat. What's that? A shell behind? Oh, look at the water there. This graphics update is amazing. But, I mean, look at this tank. Look at it. It's beautiful. The camo pattern is fantastic. Trying to get a good look. Let's have a side view here. Look, it kind of looks British on the side with the plate protecting the side and the tracks. It's kind of got a British look to it. Sort of like a Centurion or a Leopard mix, I think. It's got that sloped upper plate. I'm trying to look at see the plate is sloped but does not have a lot of armor. Look at it moving there. It's got obviously very good traverse. Meathead Militia's giving us a display here on the traverse. So you see it going left and right pretty good here. It looks maneuverable. The turret traverse, as you can see, is pretty good. He's able to move that turret left and right really well. He's obviously, well, look at him. This thing looks maneuverable. It looks like it's going to be able to scoot around the battlefield fairly quickly. He's just giving us a little, it reverses just as well. Obviously, an Italian tank, it probably has a pretty good reverse speed, it looks like. And he's obviously very knowledgeable as a staff member of finding all the great places where you can take this thing and protect the hull and get hull down, I think is its speciality. You're going to have to get in positions where you don't get your hull exposed and shot, because I think you're an easy pen. You don't have great armor. You want to be able to get hull down and use your pretty good gun. Oh, here he goes. He's going to use his gun depression. He's hull down. He's bounced the shot, and he's able to shoot the enemy. And it looks like he's fooled the enemy into sliding over him into the water and dying. Oh, a slippery move. They're a slippery move. These Wargaming staff members, they are the Unicoms. Now, I think the tank helped them out there. It's fairly low profile, which enabled, and the enemy's dead. He should get credit for that kill. And here comes another one. He knows that in this particular position, if any enemy rushes him because of the low profile of the tank, it's very likely that they will not be able to get any ramming damage, and he can watch them just slide harmlessly over into the water. It's just a brilliant strategy, and it looks like this enemy has seen what's happened to his teammate and is being very cautious here. If he does poke, remember that this particular tank he could fire 3 shots if he gets a chance here. Of course, then he'll have a very long reload. Now, he's fired 1 shot. He fired 1 shot at that enemy. So I think he is able to reload fairly quickly after the 1 shot. And smartly, he did not empty his full clip. If he would have shot all 3 shots, it would have been a very long reload. It would have been awkward if anyone else showed up. So he only fired once, knowing that that is how you get the highest DPM in this tank, is only firing once and waiting for the reload. And just watching that enemy slide over top harmlessly, you know, the joke was on him. And look at that. Look at the turret there. It looks like he bounced a shot. You see that? Let me just point it out here. Right on the turret here. Look at that. So there is some turret armor. You can get some bounces on here. And looking at the stats is one thing, but you got to watch the gameplay to actually see how it works. And the first shot I've witnessed fired on an Italian Progetto M35 was a bounce off the turret. So there you have it. And now, if you notice, it is just Meathead Militia here versus 5. He could win Kolobanov's medal here if he carries this game. And here comes another enemy who is tentative, obviously scared of the tremendous burst damage that this Italian beast could unleash. And let's see how Meathead handles this situation. This guy looks like he's trying to flank. You could never flank this tank. This tank is too fast. Oh, here comes someone else. It's taken. Oh, and he's been rammed. A lucky ram by the enemy, and they've both now slid to their deaths. They've drowned, and hopefully Meathead gets credit for those 3 kills. Those enemies that slid into the water, using the strength of this tank. Let's see, defeat here. Thank you, 1208 Perky, for sending us in. But let's check out the Progetto stats here. That's what we're interested in. And he did not get credit for the kills, which is, I think, unfair. He did his best to try and carry that game at the end. And look at this. The tank, you know, he fired 2 clips, and he did quite a bit of damage. Unfortunately, it seems like maybe this tank does not have a lot of armor in it. He did take a lot of ramming damage from those 2 enemies that drove over top of him while he smartly allowed them to slide off his turret into the water. Great try, you know, trying to carry this game. I know when you start a game and you see some of these guys, the skilled players, the wargaming staff on your team, it's just you're hoping for victory, but it doesn't always work out. And he is setting the bar high now because there will be about 60 or 70 games played in this tank before it's released to the community contributors. Probably Quickie Baby will be one of the first ones, and you'll get to see one of his gameplay soon, I'm sure. And it'll be tough for him to get Ace Tanker with games like this on record. You know, he'll have to try his best to do even more damage than Meathead Militia did here. And thanks to those guys for forging the way with this tank and setting the bar for us that once it's finally released and we all get to play it and there's hundreds of thousands of games on record, it'll be that much harder for us to get Ace Tanker. But you've seen it first here. Progetto M35 Mod 46. Real live gameplay. No cherry picking. Just regular, no bullshit games like you come to expect here on the No Bullshit channel. I can't wait to get one myself. I'm so excited. And remember, it's Progetto. Take your right hand, all four fingers and thumb touching together, facing up. Move your wrist up and down, up and down, up and down, and say it. Say it with me. Progetto. Progetto. Seen first on Klaus's channel. That's my channel. Right here. You just saw it.